one of my favorite segments of the show has always been the interviews.
Yeah, always
been the interviews, right? And so when I have a good friend with whom I have a tremendous amount of respect for, Franchella is definitely in the building, man. She was like, you know what, Charles Gregory, I need for you to have these young ladies up, because they're doing some major things, especially in Miss Christina Faith, man, writer, director, right? She's doing some things. That's that black girl magic.
Yes.
That's that black girl magic.
Black girl magic.
Right. And so I said, you know what? That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say, because I love my mom. You know what I'm saying? And when you say something, it's all good, especially when it comes to those ladies of melanin. All right. So it's your boy Charles Greg with the beautiful
LaurenSizzle.
And I'd like to introduce someone with whom I have a tremendous amount of respect for, right? And she brought these young ladies. So Miss Franchella, how are you? I'm fantastic. What mic is she on? Because I don't hear her voice. What mic is she on? Mic 4. Can you say something again?
Hey,
there we go.
You hear me now?
I hear you.
Hear me now?
Hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, you know, I appreciate you bringing these young ladies up. So first, like, before I get into what's going on over here, man, because I appreciate you bringing these ladies up, because there's some major stuff going on.
Yes, it is.
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you
me?
and some of the things that's going on with you. And how you connected with this project right here that's going down.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So thank you, of course, Charles, for having me on the show. I really, truly appreciate it. Sure. And we are happy to be here this evening, of course. I had a chance of meeting and interviewing with Miss Christina Faith.
Okay.
Who brought me onto this project for season 2.
Yeah.
She is doing her thing. You know, I really respect her because she has hustled in this game. And she did season 1. She did a phenomenal job. And season 2 is even better.
I know that's right.
She's going to tell you all about that. But I just appreciate her even giving me the opportunity to be a part of this project. Right. I started off as an assistant director.
Okay.
But she promoted me real fast, real quick. So, so these ladies are here in the building, which you'll hear them real shortly. They are amazing. And I don't know if I can, say any more about how wonderful they are.
I think you did one bang up job in doing it. So let's talk to little Miss Christina Faith right here. She didn't actually have an opportunity to say what the project is, so I let her talk about the project because it sounds good, right? There you go. So Miss Christina, let's talk a little bit about this project that you're going on, but first tell everybody the name of the project, and then talk about kind of like the idea and the concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the project is called Single and Anxious.
No doubt.
It's a series, and the concept behind it is 5 college students are caught in a love triangle of love, lies, and crime.
Okay.
So we wanted to figure out how we could blend a different world with girlfriends and let it meet The Wire and set it in Philly. So that was kind of like what we wanted to do. And we also wanted, one of the core things about our project is we wanted to figure out how a 65-year-old and a 14-year-old could watch it together and make it juicy yet not overly sexual at the same time.
Oh, that's dope. Cross-generation. Awesome. I like that. Yeah. No doubt. And so you in your second season.
Yeah.
And what challenges, especially as Black Girl Magic, have you encountered when it comes to this project?
We've encountered a lot of challenges, but we've solved most of them. I think one of the biggest problems that we've had is just finances and figuring out how do we make it happen, how do we make it beautiful and make it happen without it looking like a low budget film. So that's what a lot of people do. They create, but you can tell that the aesthetic isn't there. And even with Single and Anxious season 1, we realized we made a lot of mistakes as far as coloring, lighting, audio, and even our sound. It was good, but it wasn't great. So our biggest issues was figuring out how do we make something take it from good to great.
Good to great. I like that. Good to great. That's actually a book, From Good to Great.
Yeah, it is. Jim Collins.
Yeah. And so Lady S. Right? She in the building. Shout out to Lady S.
Hey.
She's real. She's about keeping it a beam all the way 100. Right?
Okay.
And so I want you to be honest.
Okay.
Right? In saying if it was something that now, right? That if you would have knew then that you would have done differently
from season 1 to season 2.
Yeah.
If I knew then what I know now, I would have made it longer. I think I would have made it longer, and I would have took more time with the rehearsals. Yeah. I think that's the biggest difference. Right. If I knew then what an acting coach could do for actors, I would have I would have had them then.
Yeah,
so yeah.
No doubt.
Our acting it's 1,000% better.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
And if we would have met in season 1.
You're right. Because then I would have had to do everything.
I know that's right.
No, but honestly, like our project is everything that we had a problem with was what we attacked. Mm. Anything people said bad about it, we didn't get upset about it. We said, okay, how do we fix that? And so what you'll see on Saturday at the premiere is a project where we really figured out how to fix everything. Right. And if we didn't fix it in season 2, we're gonna fix it in season 3.
Right. So. Now every producer does this, especially content creator.
Okay.
They look at something that's on right now and compare themselves. Like I know my show better than this, or like this is dope.
Yeah,
I need to get there. What are those two things? Keep it a bean.
Oh, my show better than this?
Keep it a bean.
There's so many of them. Some of them I can't
say. That's all. We're not talking about the independent creators, right?
No, okay.
We're not talking about independent creators. We're talking about that you can turn on Hollywood.
Okay. Hollywood? I'm trying to think.
All right, let's fast forward.
All right, do the other way. I could say shows that I noticed. Insecure was really, especially because they stepped it up this season.
Yeah, they did.
So when they stepped it up, and I saw literally, they shot their B-roll. We saw their B-roll on episode 1, season 2. We went out and reshot all of our B-roll. Right. Because I was like, no, that stuff is ridiculous. Like, what are we gonna do with that? Shows that it's so many. I watch so many shows. Honestly, it's not a lot of black shows in our range. Just to be honest, it's not shows that I can look at and be like, oh, we're like them.
I'm sure,
because we're not like Insecure, and we're not like Queen Sugar, and we're not like Blackish. And I think honestly, the black shows that's out now just ridiculously good. If I have to keep it a bean, I would say Marlon. I think that's the only one. If you like it, you like it. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, I need season 2, because season 1, I'm like, okay, we can do better than that.
Yeah, no doubt.
So,
okay. So we got some beautiful young ladies over there.
That's intentional.
There you go. She said it's intentional. Now you know when you got guys, because we got guys that's watch this show. We got a predominantly female audience.
But our show is 55-45.
Okay.
55% males. It's very weird. It's not normal.
Wow. Interesting. So no chick flick stuff, huh? They don't feel like it's chick flick.
Well, no, so these are most of the girls, but we casted half and half.
Okay.
So we have 4 now. 4 lead men and 3 lead women.
Okay.
And then we casted more men for the crime. So yeah.
So why don't you introduce part of your cast here?
Hey, we have with us Milaya S. Gregory.
Hold up, wait. Say that one more time.
Milaya S. Gregory.
Shout out to Milaya S. Gregory, because I'm a Gregory, so shout out. She's dope already. There you go.
Turn that music down. She plays Carissa, who's our lead. Okay. And we have Daarinah Saafir, who plays Amaya, who's her best friend on the show.
Okay. So let's jump into. Okay, so who's lead? Okay.
So Carissa is played by Milaya S. Gregory, and she's lead.
Okay.
And Daarinah Saafir, who plays Amaya, she's pretty much the second lead.
Okay. So let's talk about y'all characters. So let's talk about Miss Gregory. Say your character again. Let's talk about how you think of your character, right? And when you read the script, how did you put yourself in that character, and how do you feel about how it grew?
So can you hear me?
Yep.
So when I first got the script, I guess back in season 1,
right.
I felt like it was an interesting script. I feel like Carissa and I are similar, but we're different. now season 2.
Yeah.
It's a whole different Carissa.
Right.
In a good
Whole
way.
different Carissa.
A whole different Carissa.
Okay.
It's like going from, I don't know, it's like a whole 360, I would say. Yeah. So season 2 script, I was excited about that.
Okay.
Just because it's a little juicier.
Okay.
You know.
Uh-oh, so when you say juice, now we gotta dig into it. You say juicier, right?
Mm-hmm.
So any of the cast do you kiss?
A few.
A few. Okay. No doubt. There you go. You know, what's her name? Miss Kerry Washington in the building. And so how do you put yourself in a mindset to like kiss someone that you may not even really know? But what I have found out is when you working on set and you start to get to know this person, so it becomes a little easier, right? So how do you put your mindset in, the idea of I got to kiss this person, but the script say this person right here is his best friend, so I got to kiss him too. And then his best friend got to move over because he got killed, so I got to kiss his best friend who knew the other best friend, so I got to kiss him too.
Alright, so I'm not kissing any best friends.
Okay, there you go.
Just one guy who plays my boyfriend.
Okay.
In season 2, ex-boyfriend, whatever you want to call it. And just pretty much, I don't think about it. It's acting, so I just go in and do it.
Yeah.
It's just, you have to make it look real.
No doubt.
So if
and it looks very real.
If you're hesitant, but like if you're hesitant, it'll show.
No doubt.
So the only way to do it is just to go in and just
dive in.
Lip lock.
No doubt. Miss Saafir.
Daarinah Saafir.
We gotta make sure we get it right. Right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your character. Talk about your character and how you getting in molding in the mind state of your character.
Oh, you know what? I just I play Carissa's best friend Amaya, and so I'm that friend that's all up in your business that want to tell you, what's right for your relationship.
Hold on 1 second. Hold up.
Everybody has a friend like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't stand friends like that.
You know what? And I can't either. Okay, I'm watching the show and I'm like, man, Amaya, what's up with you? And it's me,
No doubt.
But I'm that friend. I have her best interest in mind, and I want to see her get played out, and I want to see her get dogged, and I'm ready to roll out. You know what I mean?
There you go. Like
all she gotta do is call me up.
There you go.
I'm that friend. You know what I mean? And so I just, I realized that there's some similarity with Amaya and Daarinah.
Okay.
In that way.
Okay, there you go. Ready to roll out, huh?
I'm ready to roll out.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
Ready to fight.
Just let me know when you ready. I'm ready.
That's a friend. That's a friend. That's a friend.
Yeah. So that's me. So I just tap into that side a little bit and just try to, I'm trying to tell you about me without telling you about the show, but just trying to be a friend. I want to care. I want to know about her world, and I'm not really trying to be revealing about my relationships. You know what I'm saying? I want to know about yours, but I don't want you to know everything what's going on with me. So that's who I am in the show.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And so I want to jump right back over to Miss Christina Faith real quick.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're aware of Power.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Dope show. Shout out to 50.
Yes.
And again, Black Girl Magic, because
Courtney Kent.
She's dope.
Yeah.
She's
Courtney
dope,
Kent.
right?
All day.
And so I want to talk about you with relation to that regarding, right, your show.
Yeah.
And killing off main characters.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that in developing kind of like a following for a main character and then you get rid of them? How do you feel about that?
I am 100% a proponent. Let me tell you why I'm a proponent. So,
Miss Gregory, you better watch yourself.
Well, some people you can't kill though. Some you just can't kill.
She's safe.
Yeah, she's safe. Them 2 days safe.
No doubt.
No, but I think with especially because we add the crime element, so somebody gonna get got.
Somebody gotta get got.
But one of the things that I think that Courtney Kemp does really well is she kills according to how characters and actors are performing.
Right.
So if the audience is falling in love with them, she keep like Rotimi. He got roles for days now. You know, I've been ready for him to die for like 2 seasons.
I know that's right.
But because he's so good and infectious, he stays around. In the writers' room, we're already thinking about season 3.
Okay.
Somebody gotta get killed. So because we go right back into it, so we turn around seasons within 6 to 9 months. So we go right back into it, and I'm like, dang, who about to get killed? So I thought I knew who was gonna get killed, but like, dang, I can't kill him. So I'm like, I might kill him.
I'll kill him.
She said, I'll kill him. They done.
Yeah, so you do it according to how people are hustling as actors. I think it's kind of like with the soaps. They're not gonna kill. Luke and Laura, they was around forever, right? They killed them a couple times. They just come back to life because people love Luke and Laura.
Yeah, it's a little black bull.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I think we're in an age where people want people to die. So you got to kill somebody, and you got to do it harshly and violently. And power just made it worse.
Yeah. So let's talk about monetization, right? Because we always talking about where the dollars at. Now, for me, I have this personal beef against crowdfunding, right?
Okay.
That's just me, all right? And it works for some people, right? I just feel like you're begging, right?
Okay.
However, right, for some people it works.
Yeah.
When it comes to, because you said one of your issues, right, is funding, right? What have you found, or what do you believe will help you get that money?
So we Jesus funded, we grace funded.
Hallelujah.
Like honestly, like season 2, we did it with absolutely nothing.
Wow, that's good.
And for what we did with nothing, honestly, we did it based on collaboration. Right. So people gave their time, locations gave their time. We didn't want to crowdfund the first 2 seasons intentionally. At our premiere, we're launching a crowdfunding, but it's a little bit different. It's monthly giving. Like, because the reason people begging, because you got to keep asking for money over and over. But if you agree to give us $10 a month, $120 a year, that'll change it. So it's a platform that allows us to do that now. But honestly, we wanted to make it so good that a network will want to pick us up. I know that's it. Like, we're not pitching a concept. We're pitching a concept that we know works. And if you sign us on and give us some dollars, it's going to be better. I'm going to be very honest. I have not seen any independent production look like what season 2 looks like.
That makes me want to see this thing.
No, you are going to see this thing.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's the Queen spoke. I'm watching.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So, honestly, like, and I'm a harsh critic. Like, I beat season 1 down to the point when it came out, I was like, thank you guys, but it's not good enough. Season 2 is amazing. Like, people who have seen it are like, how did y'all do this? Like, so by trade, I'm an editor and I'm a filmmaker. Okay. So I taught other people my trade. I taught 18-year-olds how to edit.
That's
I taught my DP how to DP.
That's what's up.
Our associate producer, we're teaching her how to associate produce.
Call them people in. Get them people.
So we get people that's like, everybody, I'm going to be very honest, everybody wants to be a part of our project. It's like, we've had, I think it's over 100 hands touch it. Just from extras to crew to cast. On our cast, we have 30 cast members with lines. Like, this is not, guys, come on. This is not your typical web series. We cast it because we saw in season 1 that it wasn't enough to have 5 or 6 people play it. It's cool if you do like a sitcom, but for us, we were trying to do a drama, and we literally casted 30 people and gave backstories and did back and forth. We did flashbacks. We got young Carissa. We got young Tees. Like, everybody will have a family.
Interesting. So
I do get tired of the begging too. Right now I'm begging because my book is out today too. Single Anxious, the book.
There you go. Shameless plug. I'll send you an invoice.
I ain't got no shame, because reality is, like, even Vegas situation. We need social media and stuff like that. So when stuff like that happens, it messes up when premieres and stuff come out. Granted, it's upsetting that it happens, but it's also kind of upsetting that the media overuses it to the point where it takes over everything, and then all of us are emotionally jacked up now, right? So what I'm telling people is, I had to go in there like, yo, Vegas happened. This sucks that it happened to all of these people. It sucks because it's messing up people's livelihood on top of the fact that it happened to all these people. And also it sucks because we're all grieving. So we're inviting people out on Saturday, honestly, to celebrate. Because it's a lot of grief going on right now. You got Vegas, you got Puerto Rico, you got Texas, you got the Caribbean, you got
Florida,
you got Donald Duck.
Yes.
And so, we need all, people are watching things because they need to escape from the fact that the news is killing us.
No doubt. Matter of fact, can we get a quick, quiet 3 seconds for the people? 1 second. So there you go. So this is what I want to know, right?
Yeah.
Before I let you go, because I've been talking. We've been running our mouth.
You know.
We're running our mouth. Now, we talked about monetization, right? Mm-hmm. And we talked about kind of like your actors and actresses and things of that nature. Now, let's talk about spinoffs.
Oh, we already got them in hand.
There you go.
Yeah.
You want to jump into that? Or you want to keep that under wraps?
No, we gotta keep it under wraps.
Okay.
Yeah, because there will be a spinoff. I already know how we're gonna spin it off.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So season 2 revealed the spinoff. We were like, we fell in love with some people. So yeah.
No. Now, Oscar so white.
Ah man, yeah.
Right.
It's still so white.
Still so white.
Lena won and it's still white.
Right. How do you, as a content creator, right, try to change the narrative?
Okay.
Because Issa Rae, we had a conversation about Issa Rae not too long ago, right? And she actually did a post that was dope. I actually reposted it.
Yeah.
They asked her, like, who are you rooting for?
All the black people.
She said, all the black people.
Yeah. Everything black.
I thought that was so dope, right?
Yeah.
Everything black. So what's your position on that? You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm 100% for it. But, I think even in season 3, I'm trying to be more intentional, not to just be for black people, but people of color in general.
All right.
I know some hood, like, to be honest, our character J. Cobb was originally supposed to be a fly Asian boy. Because they don't see
know
themselves.
A couple of them. I got a couple fly.
Yeah.
They fly.
Yeah.
I know some fly.
Like, you know them real fly Asian dudes.
Almost as fly as me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
So that for us, that's really important. We do have we have white people on our crew, but they know they know that this is intentionally for people of color, because we don't see ourselves black, Asian, Indian, African. Like, when last time you saw a show about Africans? Like, unless you're from the continent, you don't see it, but they everywhere. So yeah, I'm 100% for it. I'm black.
Okay.
I'm blacky black.
Blacker than black.
Yeah.
Huh.
And well, my shirt is.
We CMB.
Yeah.
We all got. Right. And so let's talk about the NFL and the kneeling situation.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your position on that?
Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the NBA should kneel. If that's what's in their heart, like, do it.
Right.
The reality is, I've left jobs because of my beliefs. Like, if you're not gonna let me freely be who I am, like, granted, I ain't trying to be out here, with a microphone protesting and all that on top of my desk. But you should be able to have your own beliefs, and that's what the First Amendment allows us. And so I think a lot of it is just that social justice is important right now, and we don't have the same situation that our forefathers had with the civil rights. Like, our reality is that we can speak up, we can also empower financially, and I think a big part is going to be about unity and figuring out how do you do this, and not worrying about what endorsements you're going to lose.
Right.
So,
Interesting.
And I heard that some of the endorsements are being lost.
Oh, yeah.
Due to that, which is sad, because
it's about rich white men.
They're thinking that it's disrespecting the military, and it's not even about that. I mean, first of all, he took a knee in the beginning for brutality, the police brutality, and our brothers that's getting killed here. In the U.S. and now that everyone is supporting him on that, as well as if you listen to the song, we're not really free, and that's not our anthem. Our anthem is lift every voice and sing. So change the anthem. You want us to stand? Change the anthem. How about that?
The reality is they get paid. The NFL gets paid for them to stand. And I think that's also the reality. I think another part of it is it's no different than a young man back in the 60s who stood on the podium at the Olympics and raised his fist.
Right.
Like, express yourself and express your fight. So
and I think that's interesting. And for me, we're heavy advocates, right, of supporting black owned. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's important for a number of different reasons, right? And I think we can say colored, right, or people of color, but I think it's specifically when we talk about black.
Oh yeah, as far as financially,
yes,
we the worst.
Yes, we the worst.
We the worst.
And that's why I don't say people of color,
right?
Because black folk.
Oh no, that's a different topic.
We're horrible.
No, that's a difference. I'm talking about representation on the screen. Yeah. Because everyone, if you ain't white, you horrible on that side. But as far as finances, I think it's a big issue for black folk. Right. We spend the most money, but we have the least.
Yes, absolutely. So how do we change right those narratives? Especially in employing our own. Not worrying about, okay, if we say this, we're gonna we're gonna lose our funding or whatever, because we promote independent. That's why we're independent. Ladies and gentlemen, we can do what we want to do here. We talk weekly because it's our show, right? We don't have any corporate funding at all, right? We do this by the love, right? In our pockets, right? And so how do you, as a content creator, as a producer, director, start to work within that narrative and pushing, the support?
So I think a big I think I have a different approach to it, right? So I think you should definitely, support black businesses where you can, but I think you should also learn from white folks. I think you need to learn how to invest your stock, learn where to purchase houses, learn where the real estate works. Go get some Jewish friends, right? Because I think the problem for black people is we don't know how money works. We consume, so, and we don't invest. So I think that's our biggest problem.
Right. Holla at me.
Hey, listen. If y'all didn't know, Franchella is the money woman. She knows how to flip some money. So, and honestly, that's why she's a producer, because she understands money. But a lot of black people don't.
So let's jump right over to the queen over here, Miss Franchella. Now, she said you understand money. Now, what does that look like? And how important is it for people that are independent to understand it? Because again, we preach financial literacy also, right? And so if you don't know the importance of securing funding or even how to do it, right? How do one, right, independent that's just starting, how do they start their process?
Well, I mean, a lot of times you do have to start out on faith, because if you're waiting around to get a certain amount of money to start off, sometimes you never start. I'm sure a lot of people have these dreams that they want to do, and they don't do it because they don't have the money. So sometimes you do have to step out on a leap of faith. And you have so many people that are there to help you to get to the next level. So you surround yourself with good people, and then everything else will follow. But we as black people, we like nice things, like Christina says. We spend more than save more. And I just explained to someone who said that they needed to get a new car, and they don't have the money. How many times that we say that we don't have the money to do something, but when we wind up just stepping out on faith and we get that car, the money appears. God makes a way for you to have what you need. So it's just a matter of being prayed up. And this is one thing about how I run everything that I do, but we're not talking about that today. But also, this is what drew me into working with Christina and her group, is because we do keep God first.
Preach.
We keep him first in everything we do. There's prayer before and there's prayer after. And I think that's why it's been so successful. Her season 1 as well as season 2. Yes, we did this on no budget, but we know that budget's coming. We don't know where it's coming from, but we know it's coming.
Right. No doubt. So we gotta get ready to go to a break. But before we go to a break, right, we're gonna go on the other side and go into something I believe is absolutely boring, right? And I guess it's it kind of like parallels kind of like the single ancients thing. It's called like love and relationships, right?
That ain't boring.
Oh God.
He's a self-admitted love and relationship.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a self-admitted love and relationship hater, right? And so we want y'all to stay for the other side. Can y'all do that? Talking and chime in love and relationships?
Yeah, of course.
Sure. But before we do that, right, we want to know, like, where can they find anything else about you? About, I know y'all got something coming up. How can they find out more about you?
Oh, singleanxious.com. Yeah. You can single and anxious everywhere, and we the only thing that's going to pop up.
No doubt.
So I'm at Christina Faith on everything. And
I am at Daarinah, Daarinah.
I'm at Milaya S. Gregory on Facebook and Instagram.
And I'm at Franchella Simmons.
No doubt. So I'd like to thank y'all for coming to the show.
Hey! Yes.
Yeah, man, it was an absolute pleasure, trying to get into, because we like to really get into those topics. We try not to glaze over anything. Try to get really, into
really
it. So we appreciate y'all coming and, being 100 and 100%. You had Sizzle over here. She didn't even say a word. She was just into it. You know what I mean?
Well, you've been going a mile a minute, so I couldn't even jump in.
Blame me. I got you. So I don't want y'all to go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is your boy Charles Greg with the beautiful
LaurenSizzle.
And you're listening to We Talk Weeklies after the talk on WPPM LP Philadelphia 106.5. Let's go.